The Galactic Empire, a vast dominion that spanned thousands of star systems, had never known defeat. For millennia, they had conquered, subjugated, and expanded, leaving a trail of broken civilizations in their wake. Their fleets were unparalleled, their technology unmatched. Species across the galaxy trembled before them, bowing down to imperial power without a second thought. Except for one species, humans. They were the newest addition to the galaxy. A small, seemingly insignificant race from a backwater planet called Earth. When they first appeared on the Empire's radar, the High Emperor's Council barely took notice. They had seen hundreds of species like them before, primitive, brash, and overconfident. All of them had fallen under the Empire's heel. But as the Galactic Empire's intelligence gathered more information, unease began to grow. Reports of rapid technological advancement, unyielding resolve, and a deep-rooted sense of defiance were spreading across the council chambers. Humans had expanded quickly in the neighboring star systems, colonizing planets and building formidable defense structures. What was once seen as an insignificant civilization had grown into a potential threat. That's when the Emperor decided it was time to send a message. The Imperial fleet that arrived on the outskirts of human space was colossal. Thousands of battleships, cruisers, and destroyers moved in formation, darkening the skies of every human colony world. The Empire expected swift submission, as had been the case with countless other civilizations. But to their surprise, the humans did not bend. In fact, the humans did something no one had ever done before. They sent a single message back to the Empire. "We are ready for you." It wasn't a plea for mercy. It wasn't a desperate call for negotiations. It was a simple, calm declaration of readiness, and it echoed across the Empire like a thunderclap. Grand Admiral Thal Zorvik, commander of the Imperial Armada, stood on the bridge of the Imperius Rex, the largest warship ever built by the Empire. His eyes were fixed on the view screen in front of him, where a small blue and green planet named Earth was displayed. His officers moved nervously around him, sensing the tension in the air. "Humans," Zorvik muttered under his breath. "They think they're ready." Behind him, General Variax, the head of the Empire's ground forces, sneered. "They are nothing. A primitive race that dares to challenge us. We will crush them like the insects they are." Zorvik's fingers drummed on the armrest of his command chair. "Perhaps. But something feels off." The message had been playing on a loop in his mind since it arrived. There was no bravado, no hint of panic, just the cold, hard truth. It was as if the humans had been waiting for this moment. The Admiral turned to his communication officer. "Send a final demand for surrender. Let's see if their courage holds." A few moments later, the reply came through. It was a video transmission, and on the screen appeared a human in military uniform, standing tall and calm. "This is Admiral James Rourke of the United Earth Defense Fleet. To the Galactic Empire, you have invaded our space and threatened our people. We will give you one opportunity to withdraw. If you do not, we will show you the full might of humanity." Zorvik's face tightened. "The audacity. Admiral," he growled, "prepare the fleet for a full-scale assault." As the Imperial fleet surged forward, Earth's defenses activated. Massive orbital platforms, bristling with weapons, sprang to life. Human battleships emerged from hidden bases on the Moon and Mars, their sleek forms cutting through space with deadly precision. But what caught the Empire off guard was the sheer number of ships the humans had built in secret. The Empire had expected resistance, but not at this scale. Where did they get these ships? General Variax snarled, watching the tactical displays as the human fleet moved into formation. Zorvik narrowed his eyes. The humans had been preparing for this. "It doesn't matter," he said coldly. "We will destroy them all." The battle began with a thunderous exchange of fire. Energy beams, plasma cannons, and missile barrages lit up the void of space. Human ships, though smaller than the Empire's, moved with incredible speed and coordination. For every Imperial cruiser that fell, 3 human ships would be destroyed. But they kept coming. "Sir!" an officer shouted. "The human fleet is targeting our command vessels with pinpoint accuracy! They're disabling our communications!" Zorvik's mind raced. This wasn't the disorganized resistance they had expected. The humans were using tactics that were beyond what any other species had ever employed against the Empire. "Pull back the forward fleet," Zorvik ordered. "We need to regroup." His command was cut off by a sudden explosion that rocked the bridge. The Imperious Rex trembled as alarms blared throughout the ship. "What just hit us?" Zorvik barked. "Sir, it's a human superweapon," an officer stammered. "It came from Earth's surface." Zorvik's eyes widened as he looked at the tactical display. A massive energy beam had fired from Earth, cutting through space and obliterating half the Imperial Armada in a single strike. "How?" General Variax whispered in disbelief. "How did they build such a weapon?" Before anyone could answer, the human admiral's face appeared on the view screen once more. Admiral Rourke looked calm, even as the destruction unfolded around him. "This is your final chance," Rourke said. "Withdraw, or we will continue to defend ourselves." For the first time in his career, Grand Admiral Zorvik felt fear. The Empire had never faced an enemy like this. The humans weren't just defiant. They were capable of winning. He swallowed hard, his pride and sense of invincibility cracking under the weight of reality. "Order the fleet to fall back," Zorvik said quietly. "We've underestimated them." As the remnants of the Imperial fleet limped away from human space, the galaxy began to whisper in hushed tones about the humans. The Empire had been warned, and now they knew the truth. Humanity was not to be trifled with. They were ready, and the galaxy would never be the same again.